Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Studiomercy's Tunecast. To my left, I have Pantone Ocelot. To my right, joining us today, we have the beautiful, majestic Jumpstus. To the rightest of right, we have the gearhead, Pissweed. Boys, how the hell are we doing today?
I broke something today, which I didn't really break anything, just for me just to say something. But I'm doing good.
Jeez, what the fuck? Okay. Okay. Well, guys.
Sweet off the rails again.
So it's customary at this part of the show where we're going to go through and kind of tell each other's weeks. Just because, as we all know, this is a new bi-weekly show. So, starting with Pissmeister this time. Pissmeister.
Yeah.
What have you been up to? Man, how's that Minnesota nonsense?
It's been actually really good. Weather's been holding up pretty nicely. Every time we get a storm coming in and all that, it gets really hot, swassy and all that. And then after the storm passes, it's back down to 50 degrees, which it's like, it gets a little chilly.
Jeez.
But I'm ready for the 80, 90 degree weather, and it's not happening.
You're ready for it? Oh, hell no, man. Listen, think of it like this. The reason I like the cold weather is because half my wardrobe is jackets and hoodies. You know what I mean? Like, my whole, like, motif is you can dress up to, you know, stay warm, but you can't strip down legally. You know what I mean? So, like, that's where the winter beats the summer. And
that's why you're in the wrong line of work right there. You need to be a mechanic where you can wear a t-shirt and don't have to worry about getting your shirt dirty.
Ugh. Yeah, I know. But, yo, Pantone. What about you, homeboy? How's it been? That's crazy.
He's sleeping again.
He is sleeping. Jumpstus. How about you, homeboy?
Well, it's been a bit of a week actually. Been on that grind, trying to find a new job. Actually, today got sat out pretty much in the sun for 2 hours, trying to wait for somebody to call my name for an interview. Turns out they lost my name, so I was waiting for nothing.
They lost your name?
Yeah.
Oh.
I finally went up to somebody. I was like, "Hey, I've been here for 2 hours. What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, we can't find your name anywhere." What do you mean,
dude? That's kind of. Listen, I'm gonna say it. If they fucked up that bad, I feel like they owe you the job.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, if you do that to somebody and you're hiring, that's just rude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was looking to do the whole, my parents, they're like, oh, you need to go in person and hire an application. I'm like, first off, this is not the 1950s. You can't just do that. If I walk into a place and say, I'm looking for an application, they'll say, we're going to show you security instead. You know what I mean? Everything is paperless now. So I walked into a factory that does buses, okay? And I'm like, hey, I'm here for an application. He's like, John? I'm like, no, Tony. And he's like, oh, well, we had a John that was supposed to be here precisely the same time you walked in. And I'm like, I joked. I'm like, does that mean I get the job? He's like, no. I'm like, wow. So I'm just like, what fucking odds that I walked in the same time this dude was supposed to start his first day. He's like, John? I'm like, no. Mercy,
no.
Nice to meet you.
Let's see what you should have done. You say yes first, then you actually show them that you can do the job, and then you correct them.
Yes, actually, that would have been fucking hilarious. They'd say, yep. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, but then I would have been like a liar. And then would they have trusted anything I would have done then forward?
What do you lie on the resume and you get the job?
Dude, you lie about everything. It's like, hey, what's up, John? How's it going, buddy? Hey, man, what did they call you? Don't worry about it.
You have to send remembrance like, Wait, I'm not. Oh, that's right. The whole interview thing. Yeah, I'm John. Hi.
It says here on your resume that you spent 3 years as a trapeze artist.
Shit yet?
Yep, I
Hey,
spent.
Pan, welcome back.
Hey, yeah, how was your sleep, man?
Hey guys.
Well, I mean, hey, right on schedule, Pan. I wanted to say, man, how was your week, bro?
My week.
Yeah. I want the juiciest, most fucking delicious parts of your week. I don't know what delicious means, so I hope that doesn't mean anything bad.
So malicious.
I think you're looking for something.
All right, so I feel like I had a great week. I think the thing you're probably interested in hearing the most is probably me doing at-home tech support.
What?
For,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, for one of Sally's friends, the old woman that I pushed around.
Dude, that's so rude. You gotta figure out some different linguistics. That's the third time you said you pushed her around, man. Just say you've.
Well, that's the funniest thing. I don't push her around anymore these days. I just help her walk. Yeah,
Do
she
you
can
feel
actually
like
walk
a
these
man when you push her around.
Pan got tired of pushing her around, so she told her, it's like, you need to start walking.
No. She's been doing good rehabilitating herself in her leg and everything.
Just like, hi, Sally's
good.
friend.
So her friend who can walk, she wanted me to help her get her TV back working, because old people, they love their television, they love having something to do at home, and they oftentimes can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So her TV, she was using DirecTV. She called them and they weren't really helpful because her internet had actually gone down. And that's why I was there, because I figured that shit out.
Yeah.
I turned that, looking around inside of somebody's office trying to figure out why their TV isn't working in the next room, because I had a feeling it was internet. It was like being in an escape room. And I found the Wi-Fi password. Yeah, I'm looking through some of these papers, because old people always love to write notes down, because she was just showing me some of her notes.
It's like
and
middle
I found
school.
the Wi-Fi password. Yeah, I know, right? That shit, the password on her Wi-Fi modem, so now she knows how, if she ever needs the Wi-Fi password. And I get her TV working. She's happy. I leave and I come back. It's because it turned back off. That's because the modem was plugged into an uninterrupted power supply. If you don't know, those things, you run your electricity and your electronics off of a battery.
Yeah.
And if your power flickers, it doesn't turn off your computer and shit. So the battery
It saves it from a power surge.
died. It's not just a surge protector. It's also if the power goes out,
Yep.
it saves everything.
Yeah, I got those units as well.
Yeah. No,
I came inside of the house a second time, and the hounds were released on me.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about the hounds. It's like fetch me their souls.
They started getting a little
from
nippy.
Wolfenstein.
I hid in that office.
Now, what do you mean? Like, how big are these dogs, homeboy?
A handful of them are like less than knee height, but there's also the one or two that was a lot bigger. One of them was higher, and the other one was genuinely a medium dog. And when I say they get nippy, I mean I could feel their teeth getting at me, trying to scare me. They didn't want to hurt me, but they wanted me to be afraid.
Oh, dude, I was expecting this thing to be like a Yorkie. I was just gonna be like,
oh my God, bro.
No, that's when I was attacked by a dog working for the U.S. Census. That dog went at my ankle, the census dog. But yeah, I plug the modem into the outlet because the battery is fucking dead, and I get her TV to work. Well, sort of. I made sure she had closed captionings because her TV also sounded like it was underwater. The smart TV was stupid. It had terrible sound. Great picture, But when you see people talking, it's like
Yeah,
it's like you're in the next room over.
I will say,
About it.
when it comes to our elderly, okay, guys, so think about it like this. These people are born from like the 1926, the 1930s. These people have literally lived till the future, okay?
1926. A lot of old people are like born in like the 40s and 50s these days.
Yeah, I'm talking about the amazing ones, the amazing. Well, okay, think about it like
The
this.
ones that,
Okay.
the ones that survived through the Great
Yeah, the
Depression.
dead ones. Yeah, so basically like the Great Depression era, okay? So 1930s to 40s to 50s. So growing up back then, okay, your grandfather, great-grandfather fought in the Civil War, and you have an electrical box that you can watch pictures on. You know what I mean? And you can take the steam train, you can take the ferry, you can take all of this shit. And if you're smoking and you're like, hey, can you give me the ashtray? And they roll the ashtray to you. Guys, have you seen the old 1930s ashtrays?
An ashtray on
that shit's king shit right there.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so there's an ashtray. I looked this up. It has a gyro on it. The 1930s gyro ashtray with wheels. I gotta find the actual name of it. Roll it.
That's something I need.
Yeah, it's the Art Deco Belmay Rollador ashtray. So basically, it was a big wheel on a big stick. And it was like a weeble wobble. You could push this thing and it won't fall over. And imagine you're sitting in a smoking room like, Sally, can you hand me the ashtray? Of course, darling. And she rolls you the fucking ashtray. I'm like, how cool is that, man? Guys, I'm gonna put this on I was gonna say I'm gonna put this on stream. We're gonna put this on the video, and then I'm gonna send y'all a picture. Not the mustard. Look at this thing. This is what it you still look like.
The mustard. Ah, yes.
Yeah, the mustard, man. I'm telling you. So.
Interesting.
The technology back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
There
I'm
was a
telling
lot
you.
of really cool old technology, and we have a lot of shit like that these days too. It's just more novelties.
It is.
Anything like an as seen on TV, but like as heard on radio.
As heard on radio, straight. Yeah. So yeah, basically for the audience, okay, it's exactly as described. Okay, we're gonna roll this over. See, it looks like this. It had like a ball and like a stick. That shit's just cool to me, But yeah,
All it really is inside of there is just a bunch of counterweights. That's about it.
That's what I'm
really
thinking.
Heavy weight on the bottom side.
Yeah.
It's very simplistic, and yet you still have the similar stuff in modern times and that stuff. And they made it way overcomplicated. They put freaking computer modules in there. It's like, this stuff is simple. It's literally a big counterweight on the bottom there that keeps it. I bet that thing probably weighs 30 or 40 pounds right there. That's why it keeps it standing upright like that. It's just counterweight system. That's all it is.
So in the 1930s, okay, if you guys ever heard of the Buchanan Estate scam?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
this is what our topic's gonna be?
Yeah, see, guys, here's the thing. That brings up a good point. So, Jumpstis, hit that button.
Sure thing.
Because,
All
boys,
right.
today's topic is one we're all too familiar with. Motherfucking scams, man. I didn't see you guys change them to skeletons. That makes it so much better.
Yeah.
I said something about doing that.
Yes. So
I think I did recall Pan saying something like that. Mercy was just in ADHD land, focused on something else.
yeah. So guys, have you heard about the Buchanan Estate scam?
No.
All
I
right.
have not.
So back as early as the 1930s, scams are everywhere, from snake oil all the way back in the early days to this time. So the Buchanan estate is scam. It's basically a fake inheritance con. Okay, it targets people with the last name Buchanan, claiming they may be heirs to a massive unclaimed estate, sometimes worth hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars. You get a letter, email. Wait. Yeah, so clearly not in the 1930s, okay? You're gonna get a fucking, like a Western Union, yeah, telegram. And there is no Buchanan mega estate, you know? It was no such estate. You know, you would kind of pay into this, fell for it. Some spent tens of thousands of fake legal processes and genealogy documents and just, you know, stuff like that. It's been popping up repeatedly since the 1900s, each time with new names, new claims, and fancy paperwork. You were more likely to inherit a potato farm in Mars than get a dime from the Buchanan estate. No legit lawyer, no estate, no gold stuff, castle in the Highlands, just a bagpipe full of hot air. That's kind of crazy, you know? But that leads me into today's topic. Guys, I feel literally not even before this Tunecast, I got a scam call on my phone. And, you know, it's usually Vito's job, but I figured with such an esteemed guest on the show, Jumps, I'd like you to walk around the set and tell us, what do we got today, man? Like, just feel free to experiment. Yeah, let's walk around. Let's take a walk. What do we got?
Let's take a walk.
We'll start over here with probably a fairly easily identifiable one, but it's just well, I imagine a scam call center would look like. You know, lots of phones. And just people typing away, trying as much as they can, as many people as they can to get that info.
Straight. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh my god.
He's named Spamton Deltarune.
Spamton.
Wow.
Spamton.
Yeah.
Rennick to.
He looks like a really shady car salesman.
A shady car salesman?
Yeah.
About as shady as they get. Look at those shades, even.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but so we got some stuff on the wall. That Nigerian prince never emailed back. I hope he's okay. Careful, Gromit. There may be horny milfs in our area. The classic scam artist. Yeah, but
the king of scam artists, Eddie.
This was actually taken today, guys. So somebody texted Gar, actually, I'm a college student and a versatile artist looking for some paid commissions to bear my college expenses. My apologies for the random message. If you give me a chance, can I design something for you? I already do design. Can I see? No.
Just no.
Hey boys, you want to buy some installment?
We got the yellows, the blues, the purples,
yep. We got all the finest.
All the fruity flavors.
Doctors hate him with this one weird trick. Yeah, and then of course we got the pyramid scheme. Well, guys, it looks like it's gonna be one hell of a Tunecast, so let's lock in. So
buckle up, everyone. We're going for a ride.
We 100% are. Okay, so we're gonna start this off proper. Boys, what are the most popular scams?
We've been trying to reach to you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your Wells Fargo account calling you about your outstanding bank loan. You know what I mean?
I remember getting calls about like my mortgage payments and stuff, and I remember having to say like, I don't have a mortgage. I'm 14.
Mm-hmm. Me learning that I have a 14-year-old son out there right now from the scammer as I'm 14 and myself. Like, I gotta say, the biggest one that I ever got into myself was a text scam with a PS3. Okay, so my PS3 had the red ring of death. That's known for Xbox, but it can happen to PS3s too. Well,
Yeah.
I called some random tech support, and I should have already immediately been alarmed when this guy could barely speak English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like trying his hardest, and he was like trying to say stuff, and I was helping him say it. I'm like, oh, do you mean this? He's like, yes, thank you. Okay, so you're going to take the computer. You're going to install a quick assist. I'm like, okay. He's like, quick assist lets me go into your computer, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. I'm like, Mom, look, I'm gonna help. She's like, sweet liberty.
Stop.
Yeah. Like, there's like drawings all over my fucking computer from this guy, like trying to like show me shit. And like, it was one of those things to where he was probably a scammer, but he probably actually wanted to help me because he saw it's like it's a kid on the other side of the phone. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like,
It's just a kid just trying to get his PlayStation up and running again. He felt bad.
Yeah, but yeah, the top 10 most popular scams, okay, according to the internet right now, are phishing scams, fake emails, texts, websites designed to steal your login info. Of course, that's kind of the bread and the butter. The romance scams, you know, the hot busty MILFs in your area. You know, the tech support scams. Your PC is infected. Call Microsoft, you know. Or the IRS tax collection scams, the Ponzi schemes. You know, Bernie
Your
Madoff.
local sheriff's department. There's been a lot of that going around lately.
Yeah.
You have an extensive tax bill, please call back immediately. You can pay this in tons of gift cards for iTunes.
Yeah. Now,
You
real
can
quick,
pay your federal shit with iTunes gift cards, of course. You
Do you
can't,
guys-
but still.
do you guys know about Bernie Madoff? Like, who this guy was? He was like the Beyonce of scams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest Ponzi scheme ever was like Ponzi scheme, named after Ponzi himself.
Yeah. That's what kind of Bernie Madoff did too. So he made an investment firm where he like claimed to like generate steady, impressive returns, and he wasn't investing at all. He used the money from new investors to pay returns to older investors. The classic Ponzi scheme, you know, fooled banks, charities, celebrities, and even financial professionals for decades. We're talking decades. That's nuts. 65 billion estimated fraud. That's nuts. It's over $17 billion was lost by actual clients. 37,000 people in 136 countries. Ran the scam for about 17 years, possibly longer. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's basically like the Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. But yeah, he didn't just scam people. He scammed the system. You know?
Yeah.
But there's so many types of scams out there, you know? So I guess, what do you guys have? Pan, do you have any like popular scams that you want to talk about?
I want to talk about our elderly, even though I want to get as far from the elderly as possible.
Yeah.
So, if you're an old person, or if you know an old person, you have probably heard that they get calls all the time.
Mhm.
Once I went over to my grandmother's house, and I answered the phone for her, and a person said, "Hello, it is your cable company." As in they just said the words "your cable company." I pulled a Terminator 2 and asked my grandmother what cable company she has at her house, and when she told me, I said the wrong one. And they just went with it. It's like, yeah, we're that people. Yes. Can you do what I asked you, please? And I just hang up.
Wow.
Like they will just say yes to a lot of things. A popular and just they're really just waiting for you to give them information. They'll call you and say your son or grandson has been in an accident. They'll impersonate your family. They'll say like, I need money. I've been in an accident. I need bail money, please.
Yeah.
Whatever. They go after anyone.
Yeah.
It's
They're
nuts.
ruthless.
They don't care, especially the ones who just hate Americans, the Westerners, the whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An urgent
Yeah, so I wanted to show this real quick because we're gonna be pulling out a very touchy subject on this channel that has been talked about more times than enough. That was my skill save to talk about this. It's time to talk about AI, boys. Oh boy, we're back. Oh yeah.
We're back at it. I'm having PTSD from our last Tunecast show, Man versus Machine.
Ugh, yes, exactly. So, guys, rolling it up right now. We're gonna be giving you guys one so you can watch this the same time the audience watches this. But this is by KView, ABC. But basically, they are now using AI to basically mimic your loved ones.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. So, Cable, roll that, would you?
warning about imposter scams that use AI to mimic the voice of your loved one, saying they're in danger and they need your help. It's known by different names, including the kidnapping scam and grandparent scam, but as Whit Johnson reports, the goal is the same, and that's to steal your money.
This video shows a scam in progress, coming right to an unsuspecting victim's front door, all starting with a frantic phone call.
Dad, I had a horrible accident.
Anthony, who asked us not to use his last name, says it came from someone he thought was his son.
It was absolutely his voice.
Anthony says his son explained he was in a drunk driving accident, urgently needed money for bail, and that an attorney would be calling him right away to arrange payment. Anthony separately called his son, but he didn't pick up. The FBI warns these scams using the latest AI technology aim to scare you and take your money.
Criminal actors are using AI to exploit social media accounts. These actors can go in and clone, copy, replicate the audio text, and it just takes a few seconds of that text to regenerate an entire conversation of their voice.
Experts say AI can make these phone calls sound nearly identical to loved ones. In 2023, cybersecurity firm Checkpoint showed us just how easy it can be, using only a 10-minute sample of my voice to generate this fake kidnapping call. Listen.
My love, it is me, Whit. Please listen carefully. I have been abducted and am being held in a basement, tied up in the dark. Please follow their instructions. Do not notify the authorities.
And the FBI says scammers give you little time to think.
One of the red flags or indicators on these scams is this high-pressure bullying tactic.
For Anthony, the scammers moved fast. After a few phone calls back and forth and a trip to the bank, someone was waiting at his door for $9,200 cash. This home security camera footage shows a family member handing it over to who turned out to be an unaware Uber driver. But then another phone call demanding more bail money,
Yeah, but yeah, you guys get the idea. So they're using, of course, 11 Labs as that's the only thing I could ever think of, voice training, So that's what they say. And now, Pissweed, I know how you and we like to kind of fuck with these people and talk to them. Well, that's all they need. Yeah. They only need like a 3-minute, something like that. And then listen, he said a 10-minute thing. It's stronger now. Look at how AI is progressing. You don't need that long of voice training to just get, the proper, channels and stuff. It's getting kind of crazy, man. And, for all of you people out there here's some things that I've learned. Okay. So if you sign your phone up on the actual legitimate do not call registry on newyorkstate.gov or wherever the hell you live, that they have to abide by that. If they don't, they're breaking the law, and that's how a lot of these, scam callers, they get to actually contact you. Because as we all know, the Yellow Pages has been around for a while. That's one thing that I've never understood about all of these, the internet has your information. Brother, it's always had your information. from the moment you stepped foot on Facebook when you were 7 and you weren't supposed to, just to play Farmville. You know, and it's just like, it keeps on going and stuff like that. But today, we're basically going to talk about some famous scams, how to avoid them, personal stuff, and we're going to play a little Tunecast game. All right? So, Pan, like you said, the elderly, okay? That is one huge thing. Guys, when it comes to this AI, my mother constantly sends me stuff. She's like, is this AI? And it is. It's like a cat, like doing human things. And I'm like, yeah, ma, it's AI, you know? It's always the old ones too. And I'm like, yeah, that's clearly AI, you know? But it's so leaning into that dead internet theory. It's disgusting.
Or me sending Mercy freaking Bigfoot memes.
Oh my God. See, when it comes to the Bigfoot memes, okay, it's weird, you know, because we live. I can't explain it. We live. It's the dead internet theory. That's all I can just sum up to.
I find that absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, they are
because
funny.
You know, it's clearly AI generated because
but it looks so good. That's the thing, man.
I know.
Oh,
I've
my
seen Moses
God.
parting the Red Sea and asking for his people to be let free, and the same engine of AI videos.
Yeah. And it's, dude, the fucking, can you imagine, like, showing that to, like, some elderly Christian woman, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? God, man, those interactive, like, Bible study, like, things we'd have to listen to in school have nothing on AI nowadays. But yeah, man, I mean, like, more on that topic though, like the elderly scams. So I used to work at a retail store, and that was one of the big things, is we'd always have people come in and be like, I'd like to buy $500 in gift cards. And the first thing we have, I don't care. Now they say we cannot you can't ask them what they're for, but I do it anyways, because especially if you kind of gauge the crowd, if it's an elderly person buying over $500, I'm gonna warn you, you know. I'm like, okay, so I wanted to ask you, are these gifts? What are they being used for? Because I just like to let you know that there are phone scams, and you know, like I have a group message on my phone right now that I haven't deleted yet of tolls. Have you guys ever gotten that? The Easy Pass scam?
Fuck, I've gotten a lot of text messages that add me to an entire group.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I don't even know how the fuck that's still, it's like chainmail. You remember that, like, if you don't send this to the other person, Eyeless Sally is gonna go in your room and tickle your balls. And you know what I mean?
They're
What?
confusing
Jesus.
systems.
You know, it's a fucking weird thing, you know, what we live in. But boys, I will say, you know what's not a scam? The truth. And the truth is, I'm tired, boys. Pan, are you tired, bro?
Yeah, I'm a little tired of a lot of things.
Jump, as our special guest, man, like, how is your energy lately, man?
Oh man, I'm never not tired, dude.
It's so fucking bad. And, you know, like, piss me, I don't even need to ask you, dude. You literally look like a skeleton IRL, man. You look tired all the time. Like, my boy.
Believe me.
Oof.
Some of the videos I send you, man, it's like a mirror image of Mercy IRL and that stuff.
But guys, what if I told you that there's actually a solution?
Oh, what's that?
It's called Dubby Energy. Guys, Dubby Energy, you know how this goes. The jitter-free, crash-free, it actually tastes good energy drink made for gamers, musicians, streamers, and people who refuse to run on a low
mechanics.
battery. Yeah.
And mechanics.
True. And them crank dammits, man.
Crank dammits, yeah.
Guys, it's got no artificial sugars, maltodextrin, dyes, or BS, just pure focus, clean energy, and flavors that slap harder than a bass at 2 a.m. You want to feel like your bloodstream is made of neon?
Do they also offer sugar-free too?
Well, it's a sugar substitute, I do believe.
Yeah. But I think when I browse through W, I don't quote me on this. I think they also offer sugar-free for the diabetic people out there.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's all sugar-free. You know, it's got nootropics. But guys, there's actually a new flavor. I talked about this before. I've tried it. It's actually really good. They sent me a little stick of it. It's the s'mores flavor. So you don't mix it with water. You mix it with milk. It's an energy protein milkshake, and it tastes like s'mores.
That sounds crazy. I want one right now.
It's so good. Like, I didn't think I'd like it, but it was actually really damn good. My favorite flavors, guys, are the Dragonade, the Galaxy Grenade, or my personal favorite, the Dub Sludge, because I love green apple. Green apple flavor, baby. But yeah, guys, use code StudioMercy, get 10% off that next order, and have fun. It's some really good products, guys. But guys, back to the show. Elderly, they get scammed a lot, you know, and I feel like it's really up to us, younger generations, to kind of, you know, they supported us. It's time for us to support them in our own, you know, unique ways. Like, it's like, especially what you just did, you know, you probably just saved that old lady from dumping some money. You know, my grandpa used to do that to Christian services on TV. And it's crazy, man, you know. And I'm not saying Christianity is a scam, but I'm not saying that every Christian is a good person, you know.
No.
Yeah, so some people, you know, it's just.
I think it's certain someone we know might agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, listen, anybody can pick up a Bible, and I mean anybody. Moving on. So, guys, in the back, we have a pyramid, okay? Have you guys ever heard of the pyramid schemes?
Yes. Can I introduce to you the reverse funnel, where you start from where you are at the very bottom, but you kind of grow it as you bring more people in?
Yeah.
You know, when I first moved out here and was looking for a job, like one almost got me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
apparently
yeah,
it's a
fake
real
job
problem.
scams too.
Yeah.
Anything's really a scam as long as you can take advantage of someone else.
Like good old pyramid scheme. Classic, timeless, and still illegal. But guys, so for those of you who don't know, a pyramid scheme, it's a fraudulent business model where you make money by recruiting people, not by selling products or services, or sometimes that's the third party of it. You know, most of the thing is you make your money by recruiting the people. Like, oh, if you get this person to buy from you and use your code, you know, you get a diamond member or a gold member, a diamond tier, you know, and it's just like, it's clearly a scam. Okay, so it's a pay to join, promise big money, earn from the people you bring in, your downline as they call it. There's little to no emphasis on actual products. Okay, eventually you will run out of people to recruit. This is the problem. This is what makes it a scam. The people at the bottom, lose money, you know, and only the people at the top actually make the significant money. You know what I mean? So that's 9 times out of 10 the people who start the pyramid scam. Or back in the day, you know, the pay it forward scams, or, you know, stuff like that. And mathematically it's unsustainable. Like trying to fit 8 billion people into a Zumba class, you know? Yeah, it's illegal as fuck, okay? It's often disguised as multi-level MLM marketing. I did like a paper on the MLMs sell legitimate products to avoid crossing that line. So there's actually a couple, my sister's actually a part of one, and she's like, hey, see, that's the thing that sucks though, is I'm not going to talk about the product. The product works. It's an energy product, and it's like a patch. You know, you put it on and it's really good. It works, but it's so fucking expensive. And she's like, yeah, so if you use my code, I get moved up to a different tier. I'm like, tiers? She's like, yeah, like the more people I recruit. And I'm like, this is definitely an MLM. But it's one of those MLMs that actually has a decent product, and that's what fucking sucks about it. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably just a bunch of vitamins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a scam. And it's time to talk about the Tunecast system, boys. So, guys, let me tell you, I had this idea late at night, okay? So, you start at the bottom, okay? Guys, and this goes to the audience too. Guys, if you basically give me money, there is a 50% chance I'm going to double what you just gave me. What do you have to lose? You could give me $1, right? I could give you $2. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. This seems like a scam to me.
Oh man, I've played Double or Nothing before.
Yeah, I mean, like, think about
Here's
it.
$20.
Oh, pissweed. What if I put a very fancy atmosphere, girls walking around with drinks, and a big metal machine in front of you?
Don't worry,
With
the drinks are
lower
non-alcoholic.
chances. And the drinks are actually, yeah, it depends. But what do you think, man? What if I gave you a lesser chance, but a more bigger experience? Would you still do it?
Nope. I like my peace.
Okay. Apparently, have you ever gone to a casino?
It's been a...
I knew
Last
you
time
were
I've been to a
describing-
casino was in Las Vegas, and I was too young to gamble. So that was the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the funniest part of this show is it's clearly improv, you know. And what's the
I know.
first rule of improv?
Go along
just
with it.
just say yes.
Yes,
No.
Yeah. So tell you what. Yeah, see, that was actually that's what you thought I was gonna say, Pissweed. You see, the real dream that changed my life, I call it Toon Wealth. That's right. With Toon Wealth,
What?
you too can get in the ground floor of a revolutionary opportunity. All you need is $399.99 for the starter kit, Pissweed. A dream, and at least 7 friends with credit cards and low standards.
There you go. I got a bunch of Monopoly money that you can have.
So, you guys might be wondering, what is in that starter kit? Jump, okay? I'm gonna put this starter kit right in front of you, okay? You get a tote bag, a cassette labeled Vibes, an exclusive access to the Tunecast Success Lounge, man. Located in a discontinued Google Hangout. Yeah. And your commissions will grow exponentially as your downline expands. Just imagine this triangle behind us. Now flip that. Flip. Hold on. Fuck, I'm stuck. Welcome to Scam or Flam. I'm your host, Studiomercy, and today I'm going to be basically teaching you guys 2 things if it's a scam or a flam, okay? You have immediately 10 seconds to make your votes. The first scam is coming up.
I just punched my microphone. Sorry about that.
Damn.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
But what did it do to you?
Here we go, boys. The bird poop scam. In Barcelona, a tourist feels something hit their shoulder. A kind stranger offers to help clean it up. While distracted, the tourist is pickpocketed. Now, scam or flam?
Scam.
I want to say flam.
Could be flam because unless it's unless you
Time's
manage
up.
to time everything right.
All right, what do you think? Scam or flam?
Flam.
Oh,
Flam.
Scam.
Yeah? All right. So, let's see what we got here. It was indeed real. This is a very real scam. Very real, weird scam reported in several major cities. Poop as a weapon of misdirection. All right. Now, the next one coming on up. We have the air guitar auction. A man once sold an autographed air guitar on eBay for $5,000. It came in a completely empty box and was signed by nobody. What do you guys think?
I think
That's a good. That's
What about y'all?
scam.
scam.
Pan?
I said flam.
Flam. Pan, congratulations. You were the only one to get that right. It was indeed fake. Made up. While there are other weird auctions, this one's fake. But somebody did sell a Dorito shaped like a Pope hat for $1,000.
Hell yeah.
Now, the Eiffel Tower scam. A man by the name of Vactor Lustig, sold the Eiffel Tower to a scrap metal company twice. Scam or flam?
What do you think?
Was it the same company?
The same company twice.
Yeah, it's the same man. It's a man. A man sold, that's what it's saying. A man sold the Eiffel Tower to a scrap metal company twice. Scam or flam?
I think scam.
I'm thinking scam.
Okay, we got a scam, we got a flam. What do you think, Pissweed?
Scam.
Scam.
All right. So, this was an actual scam. He forged documents and posed as a government official, even got paid in cash. The balls on that man, dude. They must have been made out of iron. How do you sell the Eiffel Tower?
He had tungsten balls.
Tungsten balls.
I have one scam. Apparently, you can send invoices to companies, and sometimes they will just pay them.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Now, the pet rock pyramid. In the 1980s, a man started a pet rock business where you could become a stone master by selling pet rocks and recruiting others to sell them too. Scam or flam?
Elixir Zoderia.
I don't
What?
know.
Oh. I was like, what? What do you boys think? 1980s, man started a pet rock business. Scam or flam? We got a flam? Fam? Scam? What do you think, Buzzweed?
Scam.
Okay.
I can see this being done.
Not a scam. That was fake.
Flam.
The original pet rock in the 70s was real, but there was no food like the
There was
pyramid
no
scheme.
pyramid.
Just capitalism in its
Okay.
purest form. You paid $4 for a rock in a box, bro. Now,
Well, that's just a freaking box of rocks right there.
the psychic water curse. A self-proclaimed psychic in Florida charged clients $10,000 to bathe them in curse cleansing water, which turned out to be hose water from her garden. Scam or flam?
Scam.
Scam.
All right, what do you think, Bizweed?
A scam on that one.
Boys, yes. Self-proclaimed. Basically, this actually happened. Authorities stepped in when one woman lost her savings and still had her curse. A UK company sold time travel insurance in case you were abducted by future beings or spontaneously warped to another century.
Flam.
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 Scam?
What a... Well, for the ones who said flam, technically,
Oh.
it's real, sorta. It was a novelty product, but it had actual policies. So over 3,000 sold. No claims have been made yet. The TikTok cheese empire. In 2022, someone posed as a cheese influencer on TikTok and tricked artisanal farms or artisan farms into mailing them $50,000 worth of premium Gouda for reviews.
Oh my god.
Scam or flam?
Scam.
I want to say scam.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, what about you, Pissweed?
I'm gonna go with scam on that one as well.
Fake. But let's
Oh.
admit it, that would have been almost believable.
Yeah.
All right. So,
That's a lot of cheese. That's not where is it? I'm losing the bit. I'm losing the bit. It's gone. Moving on.
I think they might have wanted to empty out the cheese cave.
It would have been cheese. Cheese.
All right, guys. This is the lightning round. The first person who says it wins it, okay?
Lightning.
Yeah, it's a lightning round. So, the Steak NFT. A company sold NFTs of steaks claiming ownership of the digital meat market. Buyers got JPEGs of prime rib and nothing else. Scam or flam?
Flam.
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 Damn. It was real. It was called Meat Space. Yeah. Let me look this up real quick. Meat Space NFT.
Yeah, because us,
I feel like
physical humans.
Oh my god, it's real.
I feel like you guys had every opportunity to win that. Said first person to say it gets it. I said
True.
I was wrong first, and nobody said it.
That's so true. Yeah. So. All right. The Electric Griftaloo. Let's go. The Invisible Zoo. A man claimed to run a spiritual zoo of invisible animals and charged $25 for guided meditation tours to feel their auras. Scam or flam?
Yam.
Flam.
Flam. Made up. Doesn't exist. The Hourglass Diet Plan. People were sold empty hourglasses and told to flip them before every meal to simulate eating mindfully. $80 each. Scam or flam?
Scam.
Scam.
That was the wrong button. Jumps to she won. Yep, it was sold as a holistic timing device. It actually, people bought it because, you know, sand. But no sand, actually. Sponge with Wi-Fi. A startup kit called a Smart Sponge that connects to your phone to track water usage. They raised $50K on Kickstarter. Scam or flam?
Scam.
Scam.
Got it right, man. The product vanished and so did the devs. The sponge tracked nothing except your dudes. The anti-electric light bulb. A man sold reverse light bulbs that made rooms darker for people with light sensitivity. It was just tinted glass. Scam or flam?
Flam.
Scam.
Jumps just got it right. It was actually a flam. Cornhub.com. This parody website pretended to be an adult site, but for corn. Visitors were prompted to pay $3.99 to unlock the sweet kernel. Scam or flam? Yep.
Scam.
Real prank site. People actually paid and they were charged for a meme and harvested. Buy a square inch of Scottish land. Online stores let you buy 1 square inch plot of land in Scotland and call yourself Lord or Lady. Scam or flam?
Flam.
I said scam.
Yep, he did too. So it is a real thing. It's legal marketing. You do own the land, but it's useless. And the title is basically just pure novelty. So, technically, you do own a little bicubical piece of grass. That's like how it goes legally. So your name is legally Lord, but that's the thing. Are you really gonna go into a job interview and be like, "Hey, Jonathan, that's Lord Jonathan." Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we'll call you. You know what I mean? Snake oil for dogs. Someone marketed vitality drops for dogs made from snake venom and flower water. $70 per bottle. Scam or flam?
Flam.
Flam. I don't want this to be real.
Scam.
Guys, it's a scam. Real. It got flagged by the FDA for false health claims, but for a moment, thousands of dogs were allegedly full of chakra energy or vet appointments. Save your soul on a USB stick. A guy claimed he could digitally back up your soul to a USB drive via quantum prayer code. $99.95.
I believe that would be a scam.
Scam. I want that to be real.
I don't think that's real either, Flam.
Pan got it right. It's just fake, man. If it happens next year, though, I'm suing for royalties. Fucking okay. The Ghost Composer Network, a subscription service, promised monthly piano compositions channeled from famous dead composers like Mozart and Chopin. Scam or flam?
Flam.
Flam?
Scam.
Because we got it. It's real. They even claimed Bach sent in a sonata. The FTC said, back off. All right. Lightning round. The bonus. Okay. A fake dating app for furries that charges extra to upgrade your persona.
Scam.
Scam.
Flam?
Real. Yep. A man who sold fake seat upgrades for Coachella through a handwritten sign.
Flam.
Scam.
That's real. Yep, that was a real scam. A woman who faked a coma for 2 years to avoid court.
Scam.
Scam.
It's real. Oh my god. A psychic snail gives the romantic advice on live stream.
Flam.
Flam, yep. A Kickstarter for a hat that waters your plants with your sweat.
Scam.
Scam.
It's fake. It's fake.
Wow.
And that was the Tunecast game, boys.
Yay.
All right. Now, boys, we're running into the late part of the show. So I figured it's time we start talking about some personal stories. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have been scammed in the past and stuff like that. But, you know, Pissweed, do you have any stories for us?
I got a couple, but being that we're kind of a little bit of on a time crunch here, I'm gonna give one here that is more funny, and I spent more time fucking around with this person. It was a credit card debt eliminator type guy. He clearly was just so fake. It was like, if you have credit card debt and all that, we can help you. And they called me, and it was actually a live person. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to screw with this person like hardcore. So we get into the introductions. Guy can barely speak English. Surprise, surprise. It was asking me, it's like, yeah, do you have multiple credit cards? I'm like, well, I got 3, and all of them I'm currently in debt and all that. And it's like, well, we could probably help you out. What's your amount in debt? I'm probably about $250,000 in debt on each card.
Oh my god.
The guy pauses. Excuse me, like, how much? Like about $250,000 in debt on each card.
On each card.
And it was just another. There was like literally a long pause. It's like, maybe I'll have you talk to someone that's a little bit higher up in my area here, and just straight up hung up on me, and I never got a call back or anything like that.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I screwed with it. It's like, and I made small talk before I completely revealed, like saying like how much I was like allegedly in debt and all that stuff, which clearly I'm not. I was totally screwing with this person.
Yeah.
But I wanted to waste their time as much as possible.
You know, it's weird too, because I remember I used to have this thing to where, you know, I do a bunch of different voices. Well, somebody called me, and so I answered the phone as, "Thank you for calling the Jamestown Police and Fraud Department. How can I help you?" And immediately the guy fucking hung up.
That's better than the way I would answer those phone calls. It's like, Ford's crematorium. You stab him, we slap him.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like that.
Bill's Morgue and Pizzeria. Yeah. Yesterday's loss is today's sauce.
You kill him, we grill him.
Yeah, you kill him, we grill him.
Welcome to sperm donors. You squeeze it, we'll freeze it.
Oh my god. Yeah, you know, Jesus Christ, Biscuit, what the hell am I gonna do with you? Well, what about you, Joe?
I'm mature.
you got
35 years old.
You got a story for us, homie?
I mean, I have a small one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd say the only time I've ever been scammed with, I would say, is a large enough impact. It's right after, I was still in high school, but on Facebook. Right after my girlfriend at the time had broken up. I guess her account had gotten hacked, and then there was a post that was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys would do this," and like it tagged a few specific people, and I was one of them, and I was worried. I was like, "Oh my god, did I do something wrong?"
Yeah.
And then I went to check it out, but then I ended up having to delete that account. So I did want to end it with like a little bit of a warning as well, because scammers will really, really try their best to prey on your emotions. So then anything to make you just stop thinking like a rational person. So always try to.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You can always tell the signs that somebody's scamming. I usually say, give me a bit to think about this, and I need to discuss my finances, and I'll call you back. And if they're saying, oh no, this sale is only for now, we need to do this now, we need to do this now, or like they always try to get you not to leave. A scammer knows the longer the phone call takes place, the least likely they are to rope you into it. So they want to, because at any moment you can have a voluntary lapse of reason. This is the same reason why there's not a lot of mirrors in a casino. If you guys have ever noticed that, it's because they don't want you to get a look at yourself. Because what does that do? Kind of snaps you out of that marketing reality. You actually get to reflect on yourself, pun intended. But that's actually true. That's why there's not a lot of mirrors in a casino, They don't want you kind of taking a look at yourself, But same with, these phone people. They try to pressure you into getting it done now, getting that quick pinch hit, price point. And it's guys, just be careful. The best antivirus and protection you could ever have is common fucking sense. And it gets hard, But when it comes to texting, okay, here's a good example. EasyPass. EasyPass will 9 times out of 10 never fucking just text you. Okay. Same with Wells Fargo. If it's legitimate, you are going to get bomb fucking barded with actual humans and saying, hey, we're not fucking around. Give us our money. You know what I mean? So also, almost like a rumor, okay? It's good to go to the source. So if you have what looks to be like a supposed scam, look it up. Is so-and-so legit on Google? Is this legit? Actually contact those people. Say, hey, Wells Fargo, do you actually have an account number with me? Accidentally. They're like, who the hell are you? And you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You kind of just have to kind of take a step back and breathe, especially when it comes to something so quick as money. And, losing money is so quick to do, but so is thinking, Yeah.
And it's just, and just kind of take notes of things and that stuff, and talk to your local sheriff's department and that stuff, and say, it's like, hey, it's like, have we gotten, it's like, is this actually a real thing and all that? Sometimes they will be like, yeah, we did put a PSA out there that's like, don't answer these.
Yeah. And I will say,
they're there to help you out. It's a lot of them will say, it's like, there's no such thing as a stupid question.
Amen. That seems to be like a revolving thing on our Tunecast. It's so true. But
very important that you ask a stupid question, no matter what it is. Stare at them seriously in the face, and if you are, you will not get gruff for it, and if you do, hurt them. Well, not physically, just hurt their feelings.
I was gonna
Make
say,
them feel
like, hurt
shameful
them.
for
That's a felony offense. You can do that to a fucking officer.
No. I just mean, like, just say, like, just be. It's okay to be passive aggressive to a person who makes you feel like even more stupid when you want to ask something that you think everyone else knows how to do, but you think you might need a bit help. But if you're afraid of asking exactly how to do something, you just say the words, could you help me with something?
Right. You know, another crazy thing too. What the hell?
What?
Oh, our phone's ringing.
What?
Okay.
Why didn't they text first?
Right. Hello?
Hello, this is Microsoft, and we're calling you today to make sure that the account that you just entered is actually you. You see, your account has been hacked, and you need to dial this specific number to get it back. See, this isn't a free service. In order for us to actually maintain access back to your account, we need your credit card information.
What?
See, we need the 16 digits, we need the year and expiration, and we need the 3 wacky digits on the back.
No, I'm not doing that.
Please.
No, I'm not fucking doing that,
Pretty
dude.
please.
No!
Pretty please with a cherry on top?
This phone call's ended. Fuck this guy. But, yeah.
What was that about?
I don't fucking know. The guy sounds like a dick.
I don't know.
But, anyways.
Sounds pretty believable.
Nah, fuck that guy, dude. You know? But, yeah. So, like you can clearly see, guys, people, it's gonna get very, very hard. And it's gonna get almost impossible to tell if people are reputable or not. So I guess this calls out to companies as well. You guys need to step your games up, man. Like, you need to kind of weigh, like with all of these scams, there needs to be more authentic ways to reach out to people. You know, more two-factor authentication ways, and you know, kind of like, I guess, come up with a policy or something saying like, hey, we'll never reach out to you this way. You know, or like maybe establish a very secure form of connection. You know, like there's so much that could be done that's not getting done, and people are suffering for that, you know, and it's amazing. You know, it's almost like street rules, you know, when it comes to like life. You know, I feel like you can't trust anybody. Trust yourself, trust your instincts, and at the end of the day, trust Tunecast. Guys, we are wrapping up here, so we're going to be going into our final remarks. So, Pan, what would you like to say to the audience today?
Whenever somebody is trying to scam you, what they will do is they want you to be afraid. They want you to have a sense of urgency, but the thing that keeps you at the table is being afraid to admit that you were foolish enough to be scammed. They like the fact that you felt stupid enough to fall for it. They prey on the hope that you could get your money back. They're out to get you. They want you to be alone, isolated, and not talk about this to anyone. They don't want anybody to help you, and they're using your own shame against you.
It's true. You know, it's like
talk to somebody, talk about your life, talk about what you're up to. It's the fact that they're able to get away with that is because we're not talking about our lives enough.
Yeah. God, man, it's such a rough thing.
Yeah, it's like it's the fact that we don't trust each other enough too, because it's like you could tell someone like that's your best friend, like, hey, I'm kind of roped into this thing, and if you don't have anyone else, then who do you think's going to help you?
Yeah, It's
That's it.
true.
Anyone could.
Yeah. So you heard it from Pan, you know, guys, just like if you are getting scammed right now, it's not something to be ashamed of. Like, if anything, you should be pissed. Like, I get where Pan's coming from, but I guess I'm the kind of person to where if somebody pulls something over on me, I'm just pissed. I'm like angry. I'm like fucking Benson, you know, like I just smash the ground and shit. And I'm like, ah, you know, like it's a disgusting feeling. And for lack of a better terms, it literally feels like I've gotten a lot, you know, stolen from me in life. You know, I've gotten people break into my car and steal everything, and you just don't feel safe, you know, anymore past that. And it messes with your mind mentally. You know, like I'll be late for work because I'm always locking my car just to make sure that I actually locked it. You know, it's disgusting. And it does something to your mental health. And guys, let me tell you, if there's one thing that we can do here at Tunecast, it's try to save you from that same fucking feeling, because it's disgusting. And it just, there's a lot more to life than focusing on the worst stuff, you know?
The second guessing.
Amen. Now, Pissweed, short and sweet, buddy. What do we got today, man?
Well, you guys take care. Just watch out for yourselves, and just when you get those sketchy calls or those sketchy links on Discord about free nitro, don't. It's clearly it's a scam, because they just when you answer the phone and it's somebody you can barely understand that stuff, you damn well know it's not real. It's a scam. So just watch out for them.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. What about you, Jumps? What do you got for us?
I mean, I think everybody else here put it pretty succinctly. All I can really say just is I hope everybody has a good night tonight.
Hell yeah, man. You know, that's one thing, is like we're always trying to change the audience, but sometimes we just need to change each other. Guys, I fucking love y'all.
Absolutely.
But my closing remark is tonight, guys, is we appreciate everything. This is actually the 30th episode. Is that nuts, guys?
Oh my goodness. 30.
This is the number 30th episode of Tunecast.
Wow.
And, yeah, guys, it's a blessing. You know, it's like a lot has changed. We've changed. The layout has changed. You know, even just the vibe of the show is completely, you know, off the ground now. You know, we're a complete plane now. And
it's crazy how we first started out and we were just kind of like in a kind of small makeshift studio type deal.
Yeah.
And now we got creative backgrounds, interactive backgrounds.
Yeah, man. It's
the moving wall.
Yeah.
Remember the one time when the studio was getting renovated and we did this in my garage that you guys broke into?
Yeah.
I mean, to say we broke into it would be like an overstatement.
Well, Mercy did say in that episode, locks keep the honest people out.
Yeah. True. And we are dishonest. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight we've laughed, gasped, and learned that someone out there paid $99 to save their soul on a USB stick. And if you made it this far, congratulations. You survived the pyramid of nonsense, the maze of grift, the sweaty hug of MLM recruiters everywhere. But remember, if someone promises you passive income, dream vacations, and financial freedom, why does your Lamborghini still have a Pizza Hut bag in the back seat? You know, like, it doesn't work out. Guys, this has been Tunecast, where the only thing we're selling is vibes, and we give them away for free. I'm Mercy. To the left, we got Pantone Ocelot. To the right, we got that beautiful special guest star, Jumpstis, my man. And then, of course, we got to the rightest of right, our gearhead, Pissweed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and we will see you next week for some good old Not Mercy Plays, because we can't do that anymore, thanks to my internet. Next week, we will see you for Tunecast. I love you all, and have a good night. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Well, we can still do the Mercy's Plays. We'll just have to rile up some more gerbils.
Yeah, rile up some more gerbils, and maybe I'll go to a coffee shop.